Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again. So, is anybody there? Let me know that you see me clearly and hear me clearly. I'm glad that you are joining. Thanks for coming today. We're just about to start our live session. And right now, just let me know if you see me clearly and hear me clearly. Hello, guys. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So, my name is Lisa. I'm an ITTT TEFL expert and a current online ESL teacher. Nice to see you guys joining me. Thanks a lot. And just before we start, let me know that you see me clearly and hear me clearly so that I know that everything works smooth. And just quickly, let me tell you about ITTT. So our company is a TEFL provider, and we are actually presented on various social networks. So if you guys want to get updates on different TEFL content, make sure you follow our social networks and keep updated regularly. And thanks for joining today's session. Again, it's going to be a little bit different from the previous ones because today we have an interesting guest. And we've been talking about online teaching quite a lot recently. So it's quite logical to have a guest who has experience teaching English online. And today you guys will have an opportunity to ask whatever questions you have. You will be able to ask our guest about online teaching with Preply. So stay tuned and just in a moment, she will come to the session and introduce herself. Okay. Hello, Anastasia.
Hi,
Nice to
Lisa. Hi.
meet you.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Thanks for
Okay.
inviting me today. I
So,
hope I'm going to be helpful.
yeah, guys, let us know if you see the both of us together, and the picture is smooth and the audio is quite good. So let us know, please. Okay. Hello, guys. I can see some people joining us again. That's so awesome to know that there are people who come again and again. Thanks a lot. And just quickly, let's allow Anastasia introduce herself.
So, yeah, hello, everybody. My name is Anastasia or Anastasia, and I've been teaching on Preply for the last 4 months. And Preply is the online platform where you can advertise yourself as a tutor, as a teacher, and get your students. So Preply, maybe you know italki, and Preply is very similar, and it's probably not as popular as italki. However, there are a lot of benefits on Preply, and I'm going to talk about it. So recently I graduated from my master degree, and I was looking for some teaching opportunities or just some opportunities in this methodology and teaching sphere, because I'm specializing in mobile assisted learning and just developing platforms that are connected with online teaching. So yeah, I've been looking for opportunities in this sphere. And Preply, they were advertising this really cool career opportunity. And I wanted to apply for that, but then I realized that I don't know that much about it. So yeah, I decided to sign up and start teaching there. And I started getting students and I really enjoyed it. So Lisa, you're going to be asking questions about it, right?
Yeah, that's right. But I feel like it would be quite interesting to everybody know what's your background in teaching in general. So you've already mentioned that you graduated from a master's program, and what was before that? So how did you start teaching before your master's?
Well, I have a bachelor degree in linguistics and translation. And after that, I was looking for some exciting career opportunities. So my uh, path led me to China. So I worked in China as an ESL teacher for almost 3 years. And after that, I decided that I want to develop myself in more like research-oriented sphere. So I applied for master's degree in the University of Barcelona. And also after graduating, I thought that it would be pretty cool to also get a certificate. So I got a TEFL certificate to kind of compare my master degree and my bachelor background to this TEFL degree, and that was actually pretty useful.
Yeah, that sounds quite interesting. So, could you please tell us a little bit more about um, the applicability of TEFL and bachelor's and master's in your
Mhm.
career path? It's like quite challenging and questionable for many people. Like, why should I get TEFL certified, or why should I get a bachelor's degree and whatever? Because not everyone understands how to apply it in the future career. So could you dwell upon this, please?
Oh, definitely. Well, okay. So I would say that my bachelor degree, so all of my degrees and also certificates, they're all connected to linguistics. And my bachelor degree was more similar to like advanced course of English. And we didn't really study any particular methodologies, how to teach people or anything. It was like 4 year course of English, which was good. And I met amazing people there. However, I wanted to have more applicable knowledge. And when I came to China, I realized that I really love teaching, but I don't know how to do it in a better way. So I decided to apply for master degree. And then during my master course, it was more related to research, which I also loved a lot because I understood like why some people read this way to this methodology and why other people react that way to this methodology, and it was amazing. Um, and I could apply these techniques in my teaching as well, and also could conduct the research. However, they were not that many techniques explained how to better teach. So I found this TEFL course that you guys probably interested in also, and that was very I can't say brief, but it was very I learned a lot from this course, more in terms of teaching, like how to teach better, about grammar, everything, just how to present it to students so they can understand. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Awesome, thank you. And let's just quickly move to the Preply thing. So, just in general, why do you like Preply, and what are some benefits of this
Mhm.
platform?
Well, as I'm non-native English speaker, and I was looking for some online teaching opportunities, and a lot of platforms they are offering hours, but for native teachers, and probably is different because you can sign up there, and they don't really look are you a native speaker, non-native speaker. And they're looking more of on how you want to teach and also on your credentials, certificates, and everything else. So yeah, I decided to sign up, and I was getting students, and you can also set your own rate. For example, if you have uh, Celta, Delta, TEFL degrees, you can set your rate a little higher. But if you're not too experienced, if I can say, you can say lower, set it lower, so you can um, get students and you can get some. Mm, yeah, you can just start teaching and you can see what you can and what you can't do. So it's very useful.
All right. And is there a lot of competition between non-native teachers and native teachers?
Not really. The algorithm of Preply, it's very useful. So I never actually had any problem that I was not getting any students. Um, and also a lot of students, they're looking, for example, a teacher who has your L1. So, for example, if I have a lot of students who are from Russia, so they were particularly looking for an ESL teacher who has Russian as their first language. So that's pretty useful as well. And yeah, so there is not that much of competition.
All right, that's awesome to know because there are many non-native teachers who believe that they have less to offer to their future students compared to natives. And in general, it's not true, right? So we still have a lot of pros, and being able to speak a student's language is also really important, and it can be easier for us to find our students.
Yeah, definitely. And also
Mhm.
from the student perspective, it's very useful because you can set the parameters to find your ideal teacher. For example, if you want a native teacher or a non-native teacher, or maybe you want a teacher who particularly teaches the beginners or maybe more advanced learners. So you can set it all on Preply and find your perfect person.
And what about the general audience on Preply? Are there more young students or adults? So what is the average portrait picture of a student?
Oh, just any age, honestly. I taught from 5 to 55, and I think this age can go on and on. It just depends on um yeah, on how motivated the student is, because to find this platform you just needed to type like language learning platforms, so the students are pretty motivated, and I never had any bad experiences with my students. Always I have really amazing students from all around the world, and that's so inspiring. Yeah, as I was given a little interview to Lisa, I was just saying that before New Year, I had students from Israel, Kazakhstan, from Greece, and we talked about New Year, how people celebrate New Year in different countries, and that's just pretty amazing. I just love this atmosphere a lot.
That's so amazing because it's also about cross-cultural communication. It's
Mhm.
not only about English, but about some cultural exchange. It's
Yeah.
a great way to start your career as well. And by the way, the other thing to consider, which is actually a part of our TEFL courses, a part of our TEFL certification, is cultural sensitivity and how to deal with students from different cultural backgrounds. I know that it is something you can't find anywhere, um, like at university or at some ordinary teaching courses. Where the main purpose is to explain how to teach the language itself. Um, so it's something really important to learn as well. And you've already mentioned that there are some filters on the website that every teacher and student can use to reach the audience he or she needs. And what about some other specifics of the platform? Like if you find your I don't know, let's say young students. What about the course design? Are you responsible for that on your own, or the platform offers you something just to start quickly?
Well, that's actually a really good question because Preply offers both. So you can teach with your own materials on your own platform. Like, for example, if you're used to teaching on Zoom, you can use Zoom or Skype or anything, Google Hangouts, anything you like, anywhere you feel comfortable. But also you can teach through Preply platform, which is also very convenient, and they're developing it every month, and it's getting better and better. So maybe like before it was a little slower, now it's getting better and better, and you can actually see that. I personally teach through Zoom because I'm just used to that, and that's all. And also Preply, they're offering their own courses from all kinds of levels, targeting all kinds of audiences. Like they have the special course for kids, starting from the beginner level and up to, I think, B2 right now they have, just targeting the topics that are of interest for kids. And also they have courses for business, courses for even like advanced learners. So if you want, you can use their courses, or if you're used to your own teaching materials or maybe other programs, you can use it. They're very flexible. I would say that Preply is more like a platform where you advertise yourself. You're looking for your students because you can just write that I'm specializing in younger learners. So I'm looking to connect with younger learners from anywhere around the world. Or maybe you are the IELTS teacher, so you're looking for students to just teach IELTS. So that's very useful, I would say.
Awesome, thank you. So you can basically be, well, quite relaxed on the point of materials, because if you need, you can use their preps and that will be just all right, right?
Yes, it's pretty good. They're touching upon very interesting topics sometimes, starting from environment and movies, anything. So if maybe you don't have enough time to prepare your own lesson, you can have a little bit of help from Preply. So that's nice.
That's great. Yeah, thank you. And the other question would be devoted to the registration process. Like, is it hard to get into Preply, or it's like 1 to 3?
I think it's pretty easy. It's like in other platforms, you have to record a 1-minute video introducing yourself, where you can speak just English and maybe English and your native language, looking for students who want a teacher speaking their native language. So yeah, number one, you record a video, you write a brief introduction in all of the languages that you are speaking. For example, I wrote the introduction in English, Russian, and Spanish, so I can target these audiences. And yeah, so introduction video, and you can also upload some of the certificates, like your degrees, your TEFL, Celta, Delta, anything you have, so to make yourself look pretty impressive.
Yeah, awesome. And could you probably give any tips on how to record a perfect video? Because it can be quite challenging for those who've never tried teaching online, and like introduction video is something to be really nervous about.
True. I can understand. So for the very beginning, you can just record a simple video, sitting, talking to the camera, but just try to make it good quality, because put yourself on the place where the student is. So it would be just so much nicer to look at the teacher with a nice quality, with a nice sound. So yeah, just look nice, look happy, and talk about what you enjoy teaching and how you enjoy teaching, your methodology, where you're from, and just, yeah, that's be just who you are, and that's really attractive to these students. And then later, after that, you can also record a video in just a place, in a nice place, maybe even outside, but just make sure that the audio is good quality. You can see a lot of videos on YouTube where the teachers are creating like nice YouTube kind of videos, introducing themselves, and that's my goal actually in the future, to make it like maybe talking and also have some background videos. Just be creative. I think that would be cool, because there are a lot of teachers who are just speaking in front of the camera with very kinda not angry, but just not super excitable faces, and that's not that
Like
attractive
poker
for.
face, right?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Okay.
So just be cheerful.
And what about equipment then? So you mentioned that it's important to make sure the quality is all right. What equipment would you recommend to get beforehand?
Well, I just use my laptop, and um, none of my students never complained about it. But I know that some teachers, they are actually using the special headphones, the special cameras. That's up to you, and always ask your student for feedback if the quality is good, and also make sure that the internet connection is good, and that you always have, for example, either Skype or Zoom to help you if, for example, the Preply space is not working, so you can quickly move to Zoom if something is wrong with the platform, or from Zoom maybe to Skype.
All right, that's awesome to know that we are just able to start with the minimum of equipment we have.
Oh.
And yeah, it's something really, really convenient, because there are some teachers who are like perfectionists, and I've seen so many YouTube videos related to online teaching, and all over them they suggest to get as much stuff as it is possible to make sure the picture is cool, the sound is awesome, and so on. And what about your online teaching classroom? So do you try to organize it in a specific way, and do you aim at impressing your students, especially if you teach young children?
Well, I mostly teach adults right now, and I don't have that many young students, and I don't really have like a special background on the back where I can have like a cute map or watch or anything like this. And I'm sure that it's amazing for teachers who teach young students, and they would like to do that. But right now I'm targeting more adult audiences, so I'm more focusing on the materials that I can share with my students. So as for that, I use Google Disk, where I have this special folder for each student where I can write some notes and upload some materials, presentation for every lesson. I prepare a PPT that I can also share with those students, and also it's very useful for young kids as well to share with the parents, so they can see what you actually learned after the lesson. And it's super useful because you can just follow what you just learned, and maybe you can repeat everything. So presentations, Google Drive, Google Disk. That's the one. And just the handouts, and I always send the PDFs of the all of the materials.
All right, so you should basically just remember about your students' age and their needs, and adjust to their conditions. Okay, and let's just move on to talking about the rates. I can see that there are questions related to average rates, and what's your point here?
Well, that's a good question. Of course, we are motivated by that as well. And I can say a few words about it. So you set your own rate on Preply, and some people set it from like $5 per hour up to, I don't know, $50, and you can see anything, but you should understand yourself how much you're worth, and what kind of credential you have and everything like that. So from 5 to 50, don't set it too low, because Yeah, but also it's good to understand that in some countries, prices like $50, that's definitely too expensive. So, yeah, it's important to consider what kind of audience you're targeting. And also the Preply platform, they are charging some percentage from every lesson. So usually the first lesson, the introduction lesson to the student, it's free for you, so you don't get paid for that. That's important to consider. So the students pay, but it goes to the platform because of Preply algorithm. They're connecting you with the students, so they're charging for that. But then uh, students can buy sets of lessons starting from 6 hours to, I don't know, maybe 22 hours, and so on and so on. And yeah, so you student can't buy just one lesson. Student buys a set of lessons, and that's really good. And also Preply charges from, oh my goodness, I think from 30% maximum, and then when you have more and more lessons, it goes up to 18% from the lessons. So it's motivating to have more lessons. But I honestly, I think it's okay because you can set your rate thinking, taking into consideration this percentage. So if you usually charge $15 per hour, you can set it to $18. So for you, it's still 15. And yeah, you can be smart about it. And also, as for students, they get some discounts if they buy the sets of lessons, which is also profitable for them. So it's good for you and good for students as well. And what else can I say about that? And I think, yeah, that's all.
So it means that the first introductory lesson isn't paid for you as a teacher, but
Yeah.
students definitely pay to the platform.
Yes.
And what if, for example, you like your student and the student likes you, and you just exchange
Mhm.
contacts and you agree to get paid somewhere else? Like, for example, students transfer the money to your PayPal account. Is it
Mhm.
possible?
Well, I think that platform, it blocks this kind of messages. I don't know, there is an algorithm for that. But also, I personally like to work through Preply because I always know that I can set my own schedule and I can get the students according to the schedule. And also, if, for example, the student forgot or just missed the lesson, I will still get paid because they buy the lessons in bulk. So the platform still will transfer money to me for this lesson, even if the student just forgot.
Yeah, so it's reasonable. You stay on the safe side, and it's
Yeah.
just quite normal to consider
Hmm.
these fees, and that's all.
Hmm.
Okay, that's awesome to know as well. And well, you've already mentioned something about Delta and Celta, and
Hmm.
I would like to ask your opinion. Like, you've already got your TEFL certificate, and there are
Hmm.
a lot of students who don't know what to choose. Like, is it better to get Celta, or is it better to get TEFL first? What's your opinion, and how can
Hmm.
you use it in your teaching particularly?
Well, that's a very good question. When I was looking into all of this kind of certificates, I was researching about this topic. So I would say that getting a TEFL is the perfect first step before getting CELTA, especially for the teachers who never taught before and never had any kind of exposure to linguistics. So uh, trying to starting with TEFL is, yeah, just a good. I can't say that it's introductory course because it has so much material in it, but Celta and Delta, it's very dense. There is so much information there, and if you still have maybe your full-time job, that takes a lot of time to complete Celta and Delta. That's kind of like a degree, like getting a degree, but just particularly in teaching. So comparing Master, Celta, Delta, and TEFL, I would say that if you really want to start teaching, TEFL is the perfect certificate for the very beginning. But then if you want to get more, if you want to immerse more into the sphere, you can get Celta or Delta. And master is more particularly about research. If you want to conduct research in any sphere, for example, I was interested in mobile assisted learning, like applications and platforms. So I was researching into it. I was conducting the research in the sphere with participants, but I think Celta and Delta, it's more like teaching, and you get so much information there as well. But if you never had any kind of experience with teaching and you start Celta, I think it can be quite challenging.
Yeah, that's right. And if you right now if you choose between online teaching and in-class teaching, what would you choose?
Oh, this is so hard. Well, right now we don't really have a choice because of the situation in many countries. But I really enjoy teaching online because it's just very convenient, and you can teach anyone from any place. For example, before I lived in Barcelona, and then I moved to Russia, and none of my students really noticed that I changed the location. So you can teach from anywhere. However, I really also like teaching in the classroom, which is good. I would probably mix, but I see so many benefits teaching online. Like, for example, if you're teaching in the classroom, I think you can have less students because it takes time to wait for the students to come into classroom. Then after that, you need to finish, and then a lot of students can maybe be late. But with online teaching, you start at the exact time, and then you can also finish exactly at the time when you're supposed to finish. So you don't really have to leave long hours after the lesson, like in between the lessons. So you can have more lessons in a day if you really want to.
That's awesome. And am I right to understand that it's your full-time job right now?
It's not my full-time job, but I would say that 60% of my time it's devoted to teaching, and yeah, I really love it.
And do you think it's possible to have online teaching as a full-time job?
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely. You can make it into full-time career.
And do you think there are any other options for online English teaching to make money, like some sites way or something like that? So apart from teaching itself.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways that you can use your linguistic abilities in the sphere, like creating course materials for other teachers. I think that's pretty cool. Or I don't know, maybe copywriting as well, writing some articles related to that. Um, yeah, just I don't know, conducting lessons with various students, like in groups. That's also good. But yeah, you can do a lot of things. Just need to look for that.
Yeah, that's
Copywriting,
right.
what I
So
do.
it's usually up to you. If you want to make more money, you will be very proactive and will look for different opportunities.
Mhm.
All right, so that these are just all of the questions I wanted to ask you. And right now, probably there are some questions in the chat box. So let's quickly check it out and make sure our students, not students, our listeners can get the answers they look for. So there is one question. I'm from Bangladesh. How to engage teachers so that they can earn by online teaching or teach in abroad? Um, would you please expand a little bit on this question, because I'm not completely sure if I understand it. Like, do you want are you a recruiter and you want to help teachers to work either online or abroad? So please give us some more explanation and we will try our best to answer. And here is the question about Celta. So no, ITTT doesn't provide Celta. This course is provided by other organizations, and Celta is usually an in-class course. So if you look for something to dive into, Celta is an option, but you should know that it takes more time to get it. It is more
Time
expensive,
consuming and
and
expensive.
yeah, expensive in terms of investment. Yeah, so it's a bit different, and if you want it, you should probably learn the requirements. So it's a different course, and ITTT provides TEFL. All right, and I saw some other questions. No, there are no questions. So guys, let me just quickly remind you that we are presented on various social networks. Make sure you keep updated. So subscribe and stay with us. We are really happy to share our experiences. So that's why we do these online sessions weekly. And we also share all kinds of stuff all over our social media. So if you need like teaching tips or some materials, you'll find it there. And just quickly, let me change the slide. Right, so I've mentioned that we're going to make the special offer. It is right here. If you want any of our TEFL courses with this QR code, you'll be able to get a 30% discount of any courses, but there is no strings attached. If you want to get it a little bit later, just make sure you scan it right now, or you follow this link, this coupon link from the chat box, and the data will be stored on your browser, and you will be able to get your 30% discount whenever you need it. Like as far as I remember, the data is stored up to 30 days on your computer, so you'll be able to get this 30% discount a little bit longer. Right, and just quickly, let's do this Q&A session. If you want to ask anything related to TEFL, online teaching, if you're interested in Preply, I would like you to ask Anastasia any questions you have. So let's do it right now. And yeah, so if you have any questions on TEFL, online teaching, Preply, whatever, let us know. And that will be all for today, I think. So
Yeah, if you have any more questions, you can just write in the Facebook chat, and I will reply to it later.
yeah, that's right. We actually record this session, and it will be online on Facebook and YouTube. So if you still have any questions after it, we'll be able to reach you back. But if you have anything in your mind right now, just let us know, because Preply and online teaching is something really interesting to just dwell upon. And let's make sure Anastasia shares her experience. Okay. Are there any questions? All right, there are Thanks. All right. Thank you for the efforts and thanks for coming here. We're glad to have you joining us weekly. And if you guys just watch these sessions after it goes online, thanks for that as well. And I also know that there are some people who prefer to listen to the audios, so to listen to podcasts. Thanks for downloading. And don't forget that there are 2 live sessions weekly. The first one is on Tuesdays, and the second one is on Fridays, usually. And my colleague Linda goes live weekly as well and shares her experience with you guys as well. So just welcome, come to join our sessions, and we'll make sure that your questions are answered and you get some pieces of knowledge and information you really look for. And if you guys don't have any questions to Anastasia right now, let's just finish this session and we will meet next week again. We just wait like for 1 more minute and it's over. Okay. Thanks for joining and thanks for your feedback. We hope that the sessions are valuable and interesting to you. Okay, and thanks for coming again.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
All right, so that is all for today, and I hope to see you next week. So bye bye.